What's going on, everyone? This is Reggie Haynes, and you are tuned in to another edition of the Reggie Haynes Podcast on the RHTV Podcast Network. Now, we have just had Men's Mental Health Month. I don't really keep up with holy days or, different type of traditional, situations that, the people who control the masses have created. But I know a lot of people wanted me to do a podcast episode on this to talk about my take on not just holidays or holy days in general, but men's mental health. And I'm going to be blatant about it. I feel like a lot of people don't give a damn about men's mental health. And that's sad. But I will go a step further and say that when it comes in regards to these particular days or these particular months that have been set up in order for us to focus our attention on certain things, we as a human race should always show compassion, should always show love, should always show respect to each other, especially those within our own communities. Or people in the West might call it Black, people within the motherland might call it African, and people globally might call it melanated. I'm talking about, those particular communities. And I feel like it's just a genuine thing, just being good, to each other. But when you have different illusions set up, different dividers set up, different things, toxins set up and placed within our being, within our lives, we are people who we are definitely the biggest empaths because we are the most acceptive to everything. And once we accept all of those things, we start allowing it to get the best of us. And when it gets the best of us, there's really not much good to go around anymore, if that makes sense. So at the end of the day, I feel like us as a people should just be good to each other, no matter what type of dividers or illusions are thrown at us. Now, I'm not saying, condone inhumane cowardice behavior. The slaves must remain being slaves. All of us aren't going to, unify and progress. Leave the slaves where they are. There are people who are, just a lost cause, meaning that they're so far gone to the point of no return. They're never going to, change, heal, or progress with the rest of us who know that we have the capabilities of doing so. So I'm talking about the ones who do have the capabilities of doing so, not the ones who aren't. Do not focus your attention on any of those slaves, which leads me to my next point. When it comes down to men's mental health, I've had a lot of brothers come up to me, tell me about the negative things that they've gone through, being misused and abused by women, friends, relatives, etc. And these are all men that come to me, and I'm honored and grateful that men, trust me, and they're like, you know what, Reggie, I trust you because I know you're not going to tell anyone. And my thing is, whenever I'm talking about something, I make sure that the people I'm talking about remain nameless. You'll never know who they are. There's been tons of videos. People be like, Reggie, were you talking about this person? I'm like, nope. You know what I'm saying? I'll lie to you straight to your face in order to make sure that that person's secret is kept safe. So the men that have came to me, they've always like, Reggie, like, why is this happening? Why are people mistreating me? Why are people using me? And I never, ever blame the victim. I try my best not to. I will, however, say at the end of the day, man, you have every right to cut those people off. Now you've seen that they're not for you. You know you're a good person. This person came to you as if they were in need of you and they misused and abused you. That's not your fault. No, I'm not going to blame you. But what I will say, now that you've seen how that person is, you need to cut them off. Now, if you go back to them after knowing that they are no good for you, I'm going to have to say this, man, at the end of the day, that is 100% your fault. There have been many situations to where I've allowed people who I barely even know, who I felt like were good people, borrow money, never pay me back. I will keep on. They'll call it harassment nowadays because, people have to use strong words and strong phrases in order to try to continue to maintain evil. But people will say that I'm harassing them. People will say that I'm pestering them. But I never looked at you as harassing me and pestering me when you were begging me for money in a time of need, constantly or just in general, knowing that you were never going to pay it back after you said that you were. So basically, you're a liar. So at the end of the day, I would tell these particular individuals, hey, you know what? I've been through the same thing. I just cut these people off completely. And sometimes they come back and I let it be known. Nope. Go back to where you came from. I don't give a damn about you changing. You had every chance from the beginning to be a good person. You were wrong for how you did me, and you know it. Now you're trying to come back seeing if you can do that snake stuff again. Not going to happen. Goodbye forever. And I feel like that's why a lot of people dislike me, because I'm so quick to cut people off. And I've had a lot of people, and I'm going to go to the women in a minute, but I've had a lot of people, they know how I am. They're like, man, Reggie really cuts people off. Oh man, he might do me the same way, so let me cut him off so I could have some type of power and control over Reggie, so I could feel powerful. I can't tell you how many times people have, basically, oh, I did this to Reggie, I did that, and they don't even realize that makes me look that much better. I don't go around bragging about how I did somebody wrong. That's silly. You're basically putting yourself out there to let people know now that they can't trust you. Oh, I did Reggie wrong. I did this. I borrowed money from him, knew I wasn't going to pay him back, and I never did. And I cut him off before he could even cut me off. Ha, ha, ha. Now people are looking at you as like, okay, so you not only are you a liar, you're a manipulator, but you're also mischievous. And you're just a lowlife. You're an inhumane coward. The audacity of you. Why are you even talking to me? I don't want nothing to do with you. And then you got some inhumane cowardice slaves that say, oh, thanks for the information. Let me try that with Reggie. And then I already know that you're a part of that circle. So I cut you off quicker than I did the last person. You see what I'm saying? Or quicker than they did me. Either way, I don't give a damn who cut who off. I'm just glad you're no longer part of my life anymore. Simple and plain. And I feel like that's the message right there that I tell these men. As long as you don't have to deal with this no more, you can move on and progress. Brother, now you can save your money. You can build up yourself. You can do for yourself. People are going to call you selfish, but that's their problem, not yours. You've done so much for these people, and they have done nothing but take, manipulate, deceive, and misuse and abuse you, never appreciating you, took you for granted. You have every right to do for yourself. Every right. And if they're mad, they're only mad because they're not getting that treatment that they feel like they deserve, which lazy people don't deserve that treatment. They want money, they can go and make it themselves. They calling you broke because they are broken, because they can't make what they're trying to take from you. They're trying to bring you down to their inhumane cowardice level and make you think it's an upgrade. I've been dealing with this my whole entire life. And once I realized the type of people, the type of snakes, the type of fiends that are out here, I started realizing I'm better off being to myself. What the hell do I need you in my life for? You are a peasant. You are a parasite. You are a leech. You are nothing. Bye. Oh, so Reggie, you think you're better than me? 100%. No, matter of fact, I'll do you one better. You don't even exist in my life. Goodbye. So when these brothers hear these messages, they're like, thank you, Reggie, man, you made me feel better. But it's not about making you feel better. It's about you receiving this message and walking with this message for the rest of your life. Because you're going to have a lot of manipulators and deceivers who are going to come around claiming that they're broke, claiming that they can't provide for themselves just so they can manipulate and deceive you to continue to give them the things that you're working hard for. I'm not even just talking about resources. I'm not even just talking about money. I'm talking about your spiritual being. You took so long to heal yourself after this person did you wrong or that person did you wrong. Now this new person comes in and they're trying to degrade you and take all of their problems and put all their problems on you. Nah, absolutely not. Never. You don't deserve that. You deserve the best. And for all my kings out there, kings, brothers who have their stuff together, brothers who are doing good for themselves, doing good for their families, doing good for their communities, I salute you, and I'm always here to listen, and I'm always going to do everything in my power to help you progress, because that's what we need to do for each other. You guys are tuned in to the Reggie Haynes Podcast on the RHTV Podcast Network. We're going to take our first commercial break. You guys stay tuned. Reggie, what you calling for? What you steady knocking at my door? Don't live here no more. What you calling for? What you steady knocking at my door? Don't live here no more. What you calling for? What you steady knocking at my door? Don't live here no more. Yeah. So what you calling for? What you calling? Don't live here no more. Steady knocking at my door. Yeah. I said, what you calling for? What you steady knocking at my door? Don't live here no more. What you calling for? What you calling? Knocking at my door. Yeah. Don't live here no more.
Yeah, I'm T-I-R-E-D. I was down when they saw me. Why you back tryna block me? Acting like you wanna stop me. I'm moving fast, can't spot me. See you steady stuck on calling. I'll keep it spacey with you niggas. Fake ass side chick, soft, acting hard, you an addict. Better than I ever was, I'm him, wait, I'm not bragging. Don't you dare call my phone, you're long gone, stay lagging. I don't give a damn about your hoes, those ain't baddies that you're bagging. Got my blessings moving quick, don't want questions like, yo, what happened? Shawty switched on me, that's okay, heartbreaks coming her way. I'ma sit back and watch, I ain't popping up to save the damn day. My shit's going cup overflowing, what you doing? Don't come my damn phone, please.
Reggie, what you calling for? What you steady knocking at my door? Don't live here no more. Yeah. What you calling for? What you steady knocking at my door? Don't live here no more. What you calling for? What you steady knocking at my door? Don't live here no more. Yeah. So what you calling for? What you don't live here no more. Steady knocking at my door. Yeah. I said, what you calling for? You steady knocking at my door. Don't live here no more. What you calling for? You steady knocking at my door. Don't live here no more.
So, what you calling for?
Yo.
Knocking by my door. Don't live here no more.
Reggie.
What you calling for?
It's the young one at home, some wild stuff.
You don't live here no more.
You steady calling while I'm blocking, steady crying cause your leader made a rule that got you suffering. Now you here manipulating, talking about you and your children starving, but your closet saying something different. Toxic programming got you living in the system that will always have you struggling, buying things to make you feel good on the surface, but underneath you drowning. In debt, in shame, I won't help. Now I'm broke and the blame, no you to blame. You believe in Christ.
What's that short for?
That's short for Columbus's first name. Yo, and Jesus is the slave ship that brought in slaves, much ain't changed. Hold up, immigration calling my phone, telling me send that nigga back home. Now send me off to outer space, cause it's clear I belong nowhere. I'd rather live on my own in peace than with low life coons who would live in fear. Women love you when you got money, they parents calling them queens, trying to hide that truth that they be pimping and prostituting. Yeah, feminists and social media gon' say I'm lying, but I'm truthing. Take that price tag off your forehead. Let me see what your mind bringing. Cause to be honest, your body ain't worth nothing if anyone can buy it. And when men treat you like property, my point's proven. So this goes out to all the people in my past, including Reggie, who gave y'all the time of day. Listen close to what these lyrics say. Yeah, Reggie, what you calling for? What you steady knocking at my door? Don't live here no more. What you calling for? What you steady knocking at my door? Don't live here no more. What you calling for? What you steady knocking at my door? Don't live here no more. Yeah. So what you calling for? What you don't live here no more. Steady knocking at my door. And we're back on the RHTV Podcast Network. You guys are tuned into the Reggie Haynes Podcast Show. I'm your host, Reggie Haynes, of course, and we were talking about men's mental health and how there's a lot of people who don't give a damn about it. And I have a short story. It might be long, but anyways, it was about, I think, the beginning of 2023, about 3 years ago. It was my birthday, 2022. And it was the day before my birthday, December 29th. I tried to commit suicide, and I was with my woman at the time in the UK, and I tried the OD and everything, and the hospital, took me in and they cleared me, and she ended up leaving 3 weeks later. And I remember doing that suicide attempt, I basically sent out a post, and a whole bunch of people, women, people who claim that they're activists and pro-black and pro-African, went in my DMs, went in the comment sections and started going ballistic. I remember after all of the dust settled, meaning that the situation was over, my brother, my god brother, called me up and we had a long talk. And ever since then, we always try to check on each other. And he was like, bro, did you not realize how many of these people who are so fake, they were just watching you and waiting for your downfall. And now that was their moment. And now they came out of the woodwork. And he was like, I hope you saved those DMs. I hope you saved all those comments. And I said, yep. And I even backed him up multiple times. The point that I'm trying to make is that you have a lot of people out here who's always claiming, oh, I'm for the people. I'm for my brothers. I'm for my sisters. I'm for my kings. But these be the main ones that be slave minded. I can't tell you how many women were in my DMs who claim that they for the brothers, but are downright feminist. And we all know that feminism is only designed in order to make sure that us within the African community are divided amongst each other, primarily our women. They want to divide. They want to divide our men and our women so we cannot unify, because they know we cannot exist without each other. We cannot progress without each other. So I had so many women in my DMs hitting me up, making me feel bad, calling me selfish. Brothers too, claiming that they pro-African, RGB flags all over the damn place, trying to clown me. You selfish. You a selfish nigga. You this, that, and third. Then I started realizing that there were other people who actually tried to help, genuinely reached out and said, Reggie, this is not your fault. All those people in the comments and your DMs that's calling you selfish, they're the selfish ones. Because people get to that point of wanting to take their own lives. And I believe that, I don't know if it's globally, but I know that in America, it's at a high rate now. 80% of men are committing suicide in America. And you could just tell right now that women are only getting upset because they're like, damn, we're losing our resource of protection and we're losing our resources of providers. So it's like, it's the selfishness. So the point that I'm trying to make is people only want you to feel like you're selfish because they're the true selfish ones, because you're no longer going to be here to be their punching bag. You're no longer going to be here to be someone that they can obviously depend on when they can actually do for themselves. I'll even do you one better. Unity, coming together rather than forming any type of division, will help both parties progress, and you don't have to feel misused and abused at all. Both parties are doing the same amount of work, and we're progressing along the way while unifying, I mean. So whenever I was getting these DMs and the woman who claimed to love me left 3 weeks later, there was a lot of people that came in that was in the UK that tried to clown me. There was a lot of people that claimed that they loved me that I never would thought would turn their back on me, and they did just that. That's when I realized nobody gives a damn about us in the melanated community as men. Nobody gives a damn about us. But then, you know what? At that moment, I turned that nobody into there are a few. Then I turned that there are a few into, you know what? There are many. Then I turned that many into let me focus on the ones that are for me and not against me. There were people who did their subliminal ways or used their subliminal ways in order to ask for forgiveness without actually asking for it, because they knew they messed up. They knew that they were wrong for how they treated me at my lowest point. And then I allowed them back into my life, but I looked them in the eye and let them know this your last time. Don't mess with me. And they know it. So now I got a lot of people that's walking on eggshells, not because they're like, oh, I hope I'm not the one that's going to lead Reggie to his tipping point to commit suicide. No, I'm good. If I die, it's not by suicide, natural causes, or somebody murdered me. But at the end of the day, or an accident, right? Quote unquote. But my thing is to where I started realizing that I'm in full control of my life. And the reason I was so low was because I was surrounded by selfish people who were always trying to misuse and abuse me every chance that they got. And I was done with it. Me doing that suicide attempt the day before I turned 30 was me killing the old Reggie and bringing in the new one that will never allow anyone to try to misuse and abuse me. Now, don't get me wrong. Since I've been in Africa and the UK and all these different places, and even back when I visited America, you got people who's going to try to misuse and abuse. Hey, Mr. Reggie. Hey, Reggie, I love you. Hey, oh my goodness. Hey, Reggie. Hey, I'm broke. I need this. Don't fall for it. Because guess what? When Reggie comes around, people be having a whole bunch of money in their pocket. They tuck it in tight and say, Reggie, man, I'm struggling right now. No, the hell you're not. You're doing just fine. Those are the selfish ones. The hell you hiding your money for? For yourself. And when Reggie does it, he's selfish. But you're a good person, right? Stop falling for it, fellas. See, people might think that I'm bashing women. People might think that I'm bashing the community. No, I'm plucking out the bad seeds in our community, including the women, including the children, including the inhumane, cowardice elders and beings who are within the African, melanated, or black community who are bringing us down every chance they get. I'm done with you. And so should the good men. People always want to try to trash your name, put things on you, put negative labels on you just to make you bad so everybody can say, see, we're all the same. No, enough with that. There's tons of good people. Matter of fact, all of us have good in us. But the inhumane cowards are the ones who allow evil to take full control of their being, leading them to their own demise. And I refuse to feed in that, leading that to become the demise of our communities and our people. So men, know that right now is the time for you to recognize who's for you and who's not. And once you see who's not for you and what's not for you, do not feed into it at all. Go for the things that are for you. Recognize it. You've been through so much. You deserve the best. You've been through so much. You've seen the worst. And you know you do not need to involve the worst or anything negative in your life. You are strong. You are phenomenal. You are a king. You are a warrior. You are a protector. You are a provider, but only to those who respect you. If they don't, do not waste your time. There's a lot of videos and a lot of things coming out here. Women and men, women and children are coming out here saying nobody's protecting us anymore. Why? Why would we want to protect somebody who doesn't respect us? But that's your job. Who just says who? No. We have a choice to protect who we feel like is worthy of protecting. If you're a slave-minded, inhumane coward, whether you're a child or whether you're a woman, whether you're an elder or a man, and you over here disrespecting me, and I'm breaking my back to make sure that you're staying safe, making sure that you are getting all the things that you need in order to live a healthy and happy life, but you let massa and all these dividers and all this inhumane cowardice behavior and spiritualities get the best of you, leading you to mistreat me and disrespect me, and you think I'm going to sit here and protect you? Absolutely not. Go find somebody else. Matter of fact, go to the master that made you the way that you are. Ask them for protection. Can't do that because guess what? They're your focal point enemy. So this is my point. People are going to have to learn the hard way, but that doesn't mean that you have to feed into it, and that doesn't mean that you have to. We're going to take our last commercial break. You guys stay tuned on the RHTV Podcast Network on the Reggie Haynes Podcast.
Tell me some pain, through my flaring out my head. I know you say you never listen, vibrations ringing my ears. No, I'm not mad, but I'm sad, 'cause I'm tossing this selfish game. No, I'm not mad, but I'm sad, 'cause I'm tossing this selfish game. I know you're trying to tell me some pain. I know you're trying to tell me some pain. I know you're trying to tell me some pain. I know you're trying to tell me some pain.
Yeah, we not me. That's that true love, that hate that you giving yourself. That's that true thug, and everybody mad at me, 'cause they all exposed. I'd rather be abolishing slaves and abolish those who's fearful of the truth, fearful and rebellious, unlike them Haynes folks, born and raised in Houston, Texas. Reggie Haynes, the king of wisdom, man, I thought you know. You call my revolution impatient, but I call y'all slow. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm not mad, but I'm sad, 'cause I'm tossing this selfish game. I know you're trying to tell me some pain. I know you're trying to tell me some pain. I know you're trying to tell me some pain.
Yeah, I don't even know the feel no more, it's getting old. It ain't even winter, but my heart keeps getting cold. Life is hard, it's harder to believe what I was told. Got a lot to say, can't fit them in these 4 lines. Turns out 4 is way too short, I'll probably switch to 5. Crazy how I don't need Perkins just to feel alive. Tryna level up my clouds, I'm reaching level 9. Ain't nobody got a darker, still as sweet as mine.
No, I'm not mad, but I'm sad, 'cause I'm tossing this selfish shit. I know you're trying to tell me some pain. I know you're trying to tell me some pain. I know you're trying to tell me some pain. Yeah.
we're back on the RHTV Podcast Network. You are tuned into the Reggie Haynes Podcast, and I am your host, Reggie Haynes, of course. And we've been talking about men's mental health, and I've just been breaking it down, letting people know my personal experiences dealing with mental health, dealing with people within the African melanated community. And I feel like, matter of fact, I know that it's best for us as men to, just focus on our mental health, stay positive, do things that bring us peace, do things that bring us sanity, do things that are just so loving and nurturing. I go outside in Malawi. I go outside every day. I got people who dislike me, who be mean mugging me, and I don't give a damn, because I know for a fact that when I walk, I'm walking with the strongest spirit that's known to man. And I know how phenomenal I am. And I don't give a damn about your evil eyes. I don't give a damn about your evil spiritualities that you're trying to connect to me. I'm only going to bring things into my life that are for me and not against me. And that's how every man should walk. Save your money. Keep it to yourself. Stop feeding into inhumane beings. See, just because somebody got the same skin tone as you does not mean that they're for you. Just because somebody speaks the same language that you do does not mean that they are for you. Just because somebody was born in the same place that you were born at does not mean that they are for you. Just because somebody claims that they have a title of being your relative does not mean that they are for you. Just because you got with somebody when you didn't really know much about them, and then the word love and sex ended up coming into the mix. Hopefully you ain't got no responsibilities. That's another story for another day, because I don't have any children, so I can speak on this. Does not mean that these people are for you. That's an ex for a reason. I call my exes exes because I exed them out of my life completely. Unless it's a business move, and there's times where I do talk to my exes on business occasions. But that's very rare. So my thing is you just move on, King. You progress. You know your worth, you know yourself, and just know that everything's going to be okay. And just know that there are men out there that you can confide in. And for all those men out there to where a man is confiding in you, there's no need for you to go out and use this particular information to try to stab them in the back or do something negative to them. There's been tons of things that men have done to me or done wrong to me. And I'll be like, you know what? I'm not going to exploit it. No, it ain't no point. If that's who you are, I know that I don't want nothing to do with you moving forward in my life. Now, if you cross paths with me, I'll pull you to the side and let it be known why I've been distant, and why I will never involve you in my life ever again. Goodbye forever. You can say I'm feminine. You can say all the negative things, because that's what people do. They use manipulative and evil tactics and words and phrases in order to try to make you feel low, bringing your guard down so they can try to take advantage of you again. Doesn't work here. Goodbye. You can call me every name in the book. I got people inventing words just for me to try to make me feel bad. No, not going to work. I'm good. Because once you know yourself, all these people that try to penalize you and discredit you and bring you down, it doesn't phase. It shouldn't phase you. Right. So at the end of the day, we should always make sure that we have a safe space for us to make sure that we don't allow, the negative things that have happened to us to get out to the public, because we already know that there's going to be tons. And I hate to say this, there are tons of women who are going to try to misuse and abuse that. Tons of children, tons of people within our community that are going to try to misuse and abuse that. And that's why we need to abolish all the slaves within our community. I don't give a damn how old, how young you are. You have to go. You have to go. Like I said, go over there with Master, the one who created you and made you this way. Go with them. Everybody loves these social media platforms so much. I just wish there was a way that people can track how social media is programming these people in a toxic way, leading them to their own demise. And then they could just have like a coon chip. I should have said that. No, I'm going to say it anyway. A coon chip or a slave minded chip that just leads them to an island to where all of them can go and just, be miserable, bitter, and just evil towards each other. And, y'all can have that and leave all the good people behind so we can continue to progress. But all in all, King, my advice relationship wise, find you a queen that appreciates and respects. Find you a queen that appreciates and respects your mental health, respects your time, respects your, everything that you do, and know that you need to treat her the same way. Same thing with children. If you are a teacher or if you are, taking care of children, make sure that they respect you 100% and know why they should respect you and give them, respect as well. And for the elders as well, I always respect my elders until they show me otherwise. Same goes for them. Same goes for everyone in our community. And once you realize that there are people that are just blatantly disrespectful because they're 100% slave minded or majority of their brain is taken over by the mindset of the oppressor, leading them to be a slave, you don't need to be around them. The healing process as well. I know a lot of us have been hurt. And whenever you are healing, if someone tries to come in and you feel like they're not helping, you have every right to push them aside and protect your healing process, your healing phase. If someone tries to degrade you and say, I'm just trying to help, why are you not? See, that's them trying to lure you in, using manipulative tactics again. This is your life. This is your being. You have every right to protect it. So don't let nobody come in and try to tell you what's best for you when you already know that you're on the path, not just for greatness, but for a phenomenal healing process so you can continue to progress in life. You're going to have a lot of people that's going to try to disturb your peace. You have every right to protect it. So for all the men out there, every day is Mental Health Awareness Day for us. And we need to treat ourselves and each other accordingly. Again, this is Reggie Haynes. You are tuned in to the RHTV Podcast Network, and you just tuned in to another edition of the Reggie Haynes Podcast show. For all those people that want to continue to support, you guys do so. But as of right now, I'm signing off. Peace. And before I go, if nobody likes the episode and people get triggered, that just means that obviously this was dedicated to you. And for the people that enjoyed it and it helped them, much love and respect to you, brothers. Again, this is Reggie Haynes. I'm signing off. Peace and love.